Good morning, Steven.
Hi, Jonathan. Thanks so much for having me here.
Great to have you, as always. So you're the global director of research at forexbrokers.com, and you're here, among others, to moderate the highly anticipated panel about the future of retail investing. It will feature household names in this space like Interactive Brokers, Owanda, CBOE, and Scope Markets. What are you most looking forward to hear from your speakers?
Yeah, I'm delighted to be here to moderate this panel, like you said, from key executives in the industry, and I'm keen to hear what they have to share when it comes to innovation that's happening, whether it's new platform technology that they're working on, either from third parties or in-house developments, as well as new products that are being added to those platforms, such as expanding their range of markets or adding different asset classes. We see it's an ongoing arms race that brokers are involved in, expanding their product range and their platform offerings. So I think that's one component of it, as well as the different trends that are happening in the industry, such as brokers that are offering a lot of retail products to new market entrants, such as shares here in the UK. Yes. A lot of brokers have been jumping on that trend, to compete with the neobanks of the world.
Right. So Revolut has just rolled out investing authorized by the FCA. So
I heard that's coming in 2025, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So I'm keen to hear what our panelists have to say about these topics and how they're approaching it at their respective firms.
Yeah, all of us. And as the director of research, you have a keen insight into stuff yourself. In your audience, what makes traction, and if you could recommend brokers a simple and hopefully easy to implement winner in, I'm talking features, assets, what do you see as gaining traction with clients?
Well, one trend that hasn't been changing really, and it's pretty much steady and solidified, and it keeps going in recent years, is really the evolution of educational content. We see brokers launching more university-grade courses when it comes to education, whether it's quizzes, progress tracking. I mean, it's really immersive, interactive content. So I think expanding your range of educational content beyond just articles and videos, but really integrating them into courses and making the courses interactive. I think
this is acquiring helpful. Clients or retaining them, or both?
I think it's for both, because whether you're a beginner and you're learning about trading, or whether you're already an advanced trader and you want to take it to the next level, being able to cater to that whole range of client experience, I think is important, because it's not just for beginners. It's also for advanced traders that maybe want to learn more about some sophisticated indicators, an indicator-based strategy, automated trading. So really the whole spectrum. So that's one trend, along with research. The quality of research is improving. Research is being more tailorized to clients' needs depending on what they're doing in the platform. It could be machine learning based personalization, and also research from third parties, not just in-house articles. And the same goes for platforms, because if a broker has a proprietary platform, chances are they probably also offer third-party platforms. So I think the advice for maybe some of the smaller brokers is don't just offer third-party platforms, but take that slow and steady route to maybe develop your own platform. Usually it starts with a client portal, and then they add trading capabilities to the client portal before it's a full-fledged platform offering.
And when we talked, you told me about the specific tool you're using, and me, famously as a not trader, don't quite know what was it, but about the baskets that's solidifying them and allow you to segmentize it. Is it something you think brokers should be doing more, or?
Well, I think more complex financial products are coming because of things like fractional shares and the ability to create custom portfolios, custom baskets, multi-legged trades. Options trading is also gaining more popularity. So brokers are increasingly more multi-asset, expanding their range of markets as clients become more sophisticated. So I think you'll start to see more sophisticated strategies as well emerge. Now you have prediction markets that are popping up.
Poly markets of
exactly,
the world,
and even a lot of stockbrokers now are getting into that space, and forex brokers where you can hedge an economic calendar event by betting, so to speak, and using it to hedge your portfolio. Of course, these products are also dangerous because they could be used to speculate and make it less like investing and more like betting. So I think their education is needed on that side, but certainly these more sophisticated products are catered to more sophisticated traders.
Sophistication and And what you said earlier make a good segue to my next question about regulation and the level of complexity that you feel that traders, readers of your reports, of brokers, are aware of multi-jurisdiction groups. So what do you think? Traders are understanding that they sign in with a ASIC regulated broker, but in the group there are other jurisdictions as well? How strong is it a factor for them?
It's not always the case that a client cares so much about regulation from the beginning, unfortunately, because they might see some marketing and some sponsorship and just feel like there's already that trust and authenticity there, but that's not always the case, because even though the broker might not be a scam, maybe they're not getting the level of execution and other best practices that they deserve, or maybe there's no regulatory protection in terms of the biggest nightmare is if things go sour and the broker goes bankrupt, your funds could be at risk, right? So I think brokers are trying to add more private insurance in their offshore jurisdictions, in places where there's less regulations, but they'll also have those higher tier, tier 1 regulators, tier 2, whether it's Australia, the UK, the US, Japan, Singapore. We track all this in our trust score algorithm, so we take into consideration things like that, but it's certainly important for retail investors because they want to make sure their funds are safe, right? So I think really regulation ties into that trust score of the broker and that feeling of, okay, this broker is legitimate, I can trust them, they're not going to run away with my funds. But even if they're not a scam, they're going to give me the best execution that I deserve and the level of service and operate with a high degree of commercial honor.
Your funds. I was about to ask ahead of your annual report of 2025, what will you be paying attention to? But I've learned that it's no longer annual reports at forexbrokers.com, but rather a live update. So nevertheless, what will you be looking at when reviewing brokers in 2025?
Of course. Well, our
hopefully something that wasn't that much present this year.
Right. Well, the trends are always changing, as you and I both know, so we're always looking at the latest trends, but there's also many things that haven't changed when it comes to the categories we track. Like you said, we shifted from an annual report to an annual dynamic review, so now we call this our annual awards. And the review process is dynamic throughout the year, so as brokers are updating their content, they're sending us information, we're updating our reviews, our rankings, our ratings, and then we have our annual awards event. But beyond the classical categories like commissions and fees, research, trading tools, mobile apps, research, education, the range of markets brokers offer. We also look at specialty categories, whether it's algo trading, professional trading. It could be best platforms for day trading. It can be social copy trading. Things like trading signals. So we look at the whole range of products that are out there and what's popular, what brokers are offering, what clients are looking for, as well as some new tools, whether it's some innovation in AI. We're starting to slowly see brokers offer consumer-facing AI products, which is exciting because even though AI is very prevalent in other industries and areas, it's still slowly making its way onto the client-facing platform side of the world.
Okay, there's a lot to be waiting for. How much screen time do you have in front of platforms a day?
Certainly, that's all I do. I'm using the platforms and the mobile apps and going through the whole product experience. So I'm on the front lines of testing all the products out. But we have a great team, so we get to work on a lot of other exciting things when it comes to writing content. We pay a lot of attention to screenshots. And there's a number of other announcements that we're excited that we're getting ready to roll out to brokers in the coming months. So we're focused on pushing the industry forward and helping shine transparency not only on the pros but the cons as well, to help inspire brokers to improve their offerings. And that's why our readers trust us, because they can read the good and bad about a broker and know that in advance when they make their decision and decide which broker is best for them.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Steven.
Thank you so much,
Pleasure.
Jonathan, for having me.
Josh.